Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn, and I'm glad you're here. If you are a returning viewer, thank you, because without you, I wouldn't want to be doing these videos, because y'all are the friends that I hang out with. If you are a new viewer, only thing I can say is I'll tell you what I like, and I'll tell you what I am, and then you can decide whether you keep watching. I knit, I crochet, I sew, I do a lot of different things, but those are my three main things, except talking, and I do that a lot, okay? So, if you're okay with giving that a try, stay tuned, because I have some pretty little new things to show you as far as what I bought. I have some makes that I've done, so grab your project, grab your drink, and let's get rolling on that. Now, I literally have only been up for about 20 minutes because the name of this channel, Daybreak, yeah, that's true. I get up at the crack of dawn, even when I go to bed at 1:30. That's my own fault. I'll tell you all about that later. Now, I'm going to start with a couple different things that I've been up to, and let me say, I had to film this so that I could start playing with my purchases, because I finally 99% got the last video edited. Now, for those of you who don't know, if you're new here, my son Austin normally edits my videos. I don't do a whole lot of editing because I feel like I want to be as real as I am in person with you, okay? So there's not a whole lot of editing, but I have been thinking about adding a day or two extra into my uploads. So right now I only upload on Monday and Thursday, so I was thinking maybe at least another day, maybe two more, I don't know. But I didn't want to put my husband, Jesus, my husband is disabled. This is not talking about him. My son, he works, him and my other son, because I have twins, for those of you who are new, they're 27 years old. And they install sprinkler pipes and whatnot into mostly new construction for fire safety, fire sprinkler systems. So it's a very manual, hard job. And editing is his thing he does, like we knit, crochet, and stuff like that. He edits and video games on his downtime. So usually I'll pop it up on Google Drive. He'll download it on his system and edit it and all that stuff and send it back to me. Or no, most of the time he just edits it straight up to YouTube for me. The only thing I have to do is add the description and whatnot. But anyway, long story short, I wanted to be able to do more without putting anything else on him, even though I'm sure he wouldn't mind. But the video that encouraged these purchases, I have mostly finished editing, because I am learning how to edit multiple clips and whatnot all in one video. So I'm almost done with that. So as soon as I'm done with that, I can upload it, and then I can upload this in the very next video, because I want to get working with these things, these purchases. Now, to begin with, I'm going to show you some things. All right, I did finish Beth Ann's mini spring fling bag in coffee tones. Now, I love how this turned out. I love the colors, and I'm not disappointed. And I even found a liner fabric that is a tonal blend, a blender fabric that looks like when you do the lattes, I can't drink coffee, but, you know, my boys, well, Austin loves to do lattes when he can. So I'll try to get this in a good, so you can see it. Isn't that so cute? I was so excited when I found that. So anyway, I'm going to get this out to Beth Ann and see about, you know, making, well, I do have my next one made. I just have to fix it, which I've been focused on other things and I haven't, you know, haven't finished it. I haven't ripped it out to fix the mistakes that I made. Anyway, okay. Now, that was my crochet. I don't have, you know what I did? I forgot my knitting, my socks again. I promise, next video. I said that in the last video, but I promise this time. I fully intended to bring it in here with me, but I forgot. Did I tell you I've been up for like only 20 minutes? And I'm just now having my Mountain Dew, so. Yeah. Alright, so. In a couple videos ago, I was telling y'all about, you know, there were so many different things that I wanted to try. Oh, but if you are new, there is a knit item in the thing that I have finished. This, for those of you who are returning, you know that I finished this a little while back. But I can say I might want to make my next one a little bit bigger because I finally washed and dried this thing. I know. I heard y'all's gasp. I know. I washed and dried it. But I am a functionality girl. If it can't be thrown in the washer and dryer, yeah, no. I'm not doing it. The only thing I don't wash and dry is my undergarments up here. Because the dryer, I don't know. Everybody says you should dry them to make them fit good again. But no. I don't wash my top undergarments. So, and I don't know what YouTube allows and doesn't allow me to say, so that's why I just phrased it like that. But I washed and dried this, and it's a little snug. Just a little. To where I have worn this out in public because I'm very proud of my knit tank top. But since I washed it, I might have to stretch it out a little bit before I wear it back out. And if it doesn't stretch out anymore, it's a little too tight for me to go in public with it. But it's not as, to me, it's not as revealing if I do it when I'm sitting, because, you know, even though it's form-fitting, I'm kind of, yeah. Anyway, if you're new here and you're still here, bless you. All right, so this is one of the things that, and yes, this is the most horrible example, but it's the first one I'm going to show you because it's real. It's me. It's my mistake. It is a bowl cozy. This is one of the things that I said I wanted to do. So, this little guy, and to be fair, I was going on a memory of a tutorial that I watched before I went to the mountains. Well, before that. So it was at least a month ago that I watched a tutorial on this. And I was going by memory. That probably was my first mistake. But I hate relying on something, a tutorial, on something I know how to do. Even though I've never done it, I knew the principle, right? So I was like, I don't need to rewatch the tutorial. Yeah. Maybe if I had rewatched the tutorial, I wouldn't have come up and messed up. But to be fair, okay, now this isn't the mess up. This is just the part where I had to do it inside out. And once I realized where I did mess up, hence that right there. Yeah, see that? I just said, well, I'm not even going to close this in. Just, nope, I'm not even going to do it. So, oh, and that right there. So apparently there was more than, actually I think there was like 2, 3 mistakes. Yeah. There's a little spot right there too. Yep, I'm showing y'all all my uglies. But that's okay. Because I fully believe that mistakes are where we learn. So I don't mind showing my mistakes. Alright. Still being stubborn that I am, because I may dye my hair a red, but I have natural red tone. Because, you know, that Irish in me. And I have, to be fair, okay, I have more Irish in me than I have Cherokee Indian. But anyway, because my grandmother was Irish and German, and my grandfather was Cherokee. So, but that's on my mother's side. Now, on my father's side, that grandmother was Irish. I want to say, it wasn't Polish. What was it? Irish, German, and there was another, a European. Okay, brain lapse. Anyway, there's more Irish in my pedigree. So, yeah, I got a fiery temper and I'm stubborn. Though I don't think that's a genetic thing. I think that is a, I think that's just a personality thing. I do love the Georgia Bulldogs, and I am a Bulldog, okay? I will just grab onto something and not let go until I'm happy with it. So, this was, okay, so I used 4 layers of cotton batting inside. Alright? And while I like it, and I might test it out, even though it's not finished sewn, I might test it out because I thought it was too thick. So I did this. And this is beautiful. Look at this. So, I did that. I did that. And I did that. Because to be fair, I cut enough squares to make 8 of these things. I didn't want to make 8. Okay? I didn't want to make 8. Especially all in the same pattern. Now, I am going to sell these, I think. What do y'all think? Should I do it? Maybe $8, $9 a piece? I don't know. Anyway, I fully enjoyed this. But, oh God, I hate when my glasses ride up because I feel like I'm like looking. Sorry about that, y'all. So, it's what you get when you buy small frame glasses. But I don't like big frames on my face. See this big honking nose? I don't need big frames. Although the big frames does camouflage the nose a little bit. Alright, squirrel moment. Sorry about that. Anyway, so I completely mentally fried my brain perfecting my technique. And I say perfecting my technique with a tongue in cheek because it's not perfect. But anytime you sew or create or knit or crochet, nothing is perfect. And you don't want it to be. Because you're not a machine. You are a human. And we are not perfect. We do not create perfection. So, I'm going to be making more of these. I really am. I just don't know. Because inevitably, I'm going to be cutting 8 bowl cozies worth at a time. I think. So, I don't know yet. If I do put them up on my website, I'm probably going to make it a custom thing to where you order and then I make it. Because Y'all, I don't have room for something like this. My bags can fold flat, so I don't mind having the extras of them. But, and even my reusable paper towels. Oh, by the way, I don't know if y'all have looked at that section lately. I am quite proud of myself. Now, I do need to make some and do some still pictures of them so that I have an example of my work on the listing on the product page. But I sectioned my reusable paper towels, the custom order part, to where they're grouped. Okay, I'm so proud of myself. So if you haven't checked that out, my website is linked down below in the description, and I would like your feedback on that. Tell me if you've seen it, and if you haven't seen it, go look and tell me what you think, please, because I am trying to make this as streamlined and nice and easy as possible. Oh, I want to show y'all, this is the little candle that Brandy sent me in Happy Mail. I fixed his flipper, his I think it's called a flipper. Not a flipper. Yeah. I fixed it. Whatever it's called. Look. Now, I did try to super glue that. It didn't work, but I did have some E6000, so I used it, and it is beautiful. So he is ready to hang out with me and keep me company while I think it was Shannon. Didn't you say you wanted one of these? It is called Jar Art. Okay. It says it's by Glass Baron, and this thing says 22 karat gold and genuine crystals. Okay, I didn't see that before. But I will try, let's see. See if I can hold that still to where I'm going to put my face down so it won't be trying to zoom in on me. Alright, and it says glassbaron.com. Glass, Glass, Baron, BARON.com. And sure enough, you can see that. It says 22 karat gold and genuine crystals. The little crystals are the little teal turquoisey things in his eyes. But I'm trying to get this back in. There we go. So that it can hang out with me. All proper and nice. I do love that. Thank you so much, Brandy. Now, okay. Here we go. Alright, so in that video that I've been editing, that you should have seen, because I needed it to go up before this. And I should finish tweaking or making sure that all the editing and stuff is good to go. Now, Austin is out of town today. He's coming back tonight, so hopefully he can look at it and see if I need to do any kind of last minute fixing, tweaking, you know, corrections. But in that video, as you will see, have already seen, and if you're new, go back and watch it. It's the very last video. It will be the very last video. So out of the 3 places, and I got, actually I did. I got something from every single one of them. I did. Okay. Well, you saw me get Michael's, right? Okay, well, you saw me get 2 of the fabrics in my cart at Michael's. But we're going to go through, and I'm going to go in order that I went filming these videos. First is Hobby Lobby. And yes, I know you saw me get those fat quarters. I sure did. I'm not ashamed. The only thing is the 30% off versus the 40% off in fabric the 40% that they used to do. I think that's hogwash. They need to bring the 40% back. But you know why they're not? Much like with Michaels raising the cost of some of their yarn, they don't have Joann's as competition. They only have each other. Let's face it, Walmart is really not competition for Hobby Lobby and Michaels. They corner a very small part of the market. But I'm going to try all this fabric out. And I will give y'all my honest opinion as to whether I like what Walmart has to offer. I've tried Michaels and I've tried Hobby Lobbies. The fabrics that I have bought from both of those places, while they might not be 150-year-old heirloom quilting material, I don't know. None of us do at this point. Because back in the day, they used clothing, mostly, and bed sheets. They didn't have quilt shops 150 years ago. Well, they might have. They had mercantiles and stuff, so maybe. But anyway, we shall see. But I don't even mind if I make a quilt, because I would love for them to last. But you know what? In 150 years, my people, my further future generations aren't going to know me from Adam. Oh yeah, great granny made this. Yeah. Okay. Now to be fair, my great granny, well, my great grandma, she was a cart and a half. I take that back. Hold on. It was my great grandma. Okay, on my dad's side. She was still living, and it's Grandma Sadie. I loved that woman. Lord, I loved that woman. Now, she passed away when I was 14, I think. No, she lasted longer than my mom's mom. So I was probably about 17, because I was 16 when my mom's mom passed away. So I think I was 17 when Grandma Sadie died. But, oh, I love that woman. Alright, so y'all seen me pick up. Oh, I didn't realize I got, oh, okay. I only bought 2. I thought I bought more. But now look, y'all look at these little chickens. Look at them little chickens. Aren't they so blasted cute? And you know what would look, oh, I think, wait, why is it, oh. Alright, so I'm going to have to flip it upside down. This is 44th Street. So I don't know if the part I showed you, yeah, it was upside down. The packaging, they didn't think that through, because this is the back side and it's right, so they should have just, yeah. Anyway, I do like that. And I've not tried 44th Street fabric, so we're going to see how good this is. But a fat quarter for $1.50. Oh, and what I was trying to say before I got off on the tangents about grandparents and longevity of quilts and whatnot, is the fat quarters at Hobby Lobby, any pre-cuts there are not in their 30% off that they have now instead of the 40% off. That's okay. But look at these Highland cows. Alright, I'll show you that one. And then I'm going to have to show you the back of this one. Look. 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 Alright. Marie, if you like that, you let me know. Because, oh, I did make that Highland cow if you wanted to see it on the website. You should be back in the States by now, I think. Not 100% sure, but if you are, I got some more Highland cows. All right. Now, I know Beth Ann likes coffee, but was it you, Beth Ann, that said you liked coffee and chocolate prints, or you'd be interested in those? I didn't write this down, and I could beat myself in the butt. Now, I even went looking in Tennessee to at the Cherry Pit when we went in there. I looked in there, and she had a couple coffee prints, but it wasn't. It didn't float my boat. But I saw this, and I thought, oh, I'm getting this. Because I actually, and I'm not big on the coffee prints that I've seen in the past, but I love this. That rich brown, I mean, how beautiful is that? And so I got this, and I was like, oh, yep. Now, I have seen some chocolate prints, and it looks like, you know, the, what's the prints? I mean, what's the box of chocolates? Whitmore. Anyway, it looks basically like those little pieces in the assorted box of chocolates. But it just, the overall print did not read as pretty as I wanted it to. Okay? So I haven't jumped, let me get my words. Hold on. Caffeine hasn't kicked in yet. It has not tickled my fancy. It has not sparked my creativity. It is not, you know. So I didn't pull the trigger on that. All right. Now, Michael's. All right. I did end up getting, if you watch that video, I did end up getting this beautiful, oh my God. Okay, so I looked at this print on the bolt, but you know I was filming when I did it. I didn't, and I knew it had kitties and butterflies, but y'all, look at that, right there. It's a kitty with butterfly wings holding a fairy wand. How beautiful is that? All right. Now, this might be dangerous because I do want to make myself a bag in this. And I can't do that with all my fabric, y'all. But like I said in the video where I was unboxing all of Brandy's fabric that she sent me for her orders and for extra, I get so much enjoyment out of just making the bags with this. That is gorgeous. And I tell you what, if I had a granddaughter, I only have a grandson, but if I had a granddaughter, I would totally make her a quilt in this fabric. I would. Because that is cuteness overload, okay? And it's so funny, it's folded on that kitty like that. And this is, y'all, and I did the thickness test, and I couldn't see my bright neon pink nails through it either. And you saw me get this beautiful ladybug fabric. Now, I did notice upon having it, as I put it in my cart, I noticed that it was a little thin, and you can see my fingernail slightly through it. But between the stabilizer and then my liner and my stabilizer on my liner, you're not going to be able to see through this. And honestly, I'm shocked at how good the weave is on this one. because with it looking thinner, I was like, ugh, that's not going to work. And I was going to get it just to test it out. But the weave of the fabric is actually really, really good. So I don't have any doubts of the longevity of the quality. But it is white and it is a little thin. So you can, take that as you want. And the irony is that one was the most expensive one. With the ladybugs and flowers. Okay. For my stitch girls. My stitch women. My stitch ladies. Or men. I'm not saying that, you can't be a stitch man. But look. Look! I thought this was so adorable. And I'm not going to lie. I thought of my daughter-in-law when I saw this because she is a stitch lover. 626 all the way, baby. And if you don't know, Stitch is Experiment 626. So June 26th is Stitch Day around here anyway. But isn't that beautiful? There's so many ways I could make a bag out of that. And it's tossed fabric, so I don't have to worry about which direction Stitch is in. Now, he is predominantly one way, though. The only time he is upside down is when he's highlighted with the white background. But, y'all, I see hibiscus. Them big honking teal hibiscuses. So, I'm excited. And to tell you the truth, I filmed that video a week and a half ago. And to be fair, I've been dying to get in this fabric. I really have. But I've held off because I knew I needed to make the video to show you what I got. Now I got to keep all my little things together here. I can't put all the fabric in one pile because I am going to get them sorted and get them put up because it drives me nuts. They've been sitting on the corner of my cutting table. Now my cutting table is my 6 foot long it's not plastic. What is them tables? The foldable 6 foot buffet table thing? Yeah. That I've had since my jewelry making days. Okay, now Walmart number 1. Okay, this is Walmart number 1. I had to make sure I was getting my mess straight. Now, oops. Alright, I don't know where my receipt went with that. Okay. Yes. In the video of Walmart number 2, I said, ooh, and I was pointing at something. I said I wasn't going to get it because you know what? I had gotten it at the first Walmart. So, that is this right here. It is Chickens on Black with sunflowers. And I need to open it apparently because I can't. Pulled out my tape too. Alright, I'm going to show you this because, oh my goodness. I'm excited. Oh, look at those chickens. Oh my gosh. This looks even better than I thought, y'all. And I did keep my daughter-in-law in mind for this one because it is Chickens on Black. It has that dark background. Oh, look at this. Look at that yumminess. Oh my gosh. I have hens. I have roosters. Oh my goodnesses. I'm going to have fun with that one. Okay. So these are the 1 yard pre-cuts. And surprisingly, they're pretty thick feeling. Let's see if I can get this folded in a semblance of, you know what? I'm going to just put it to the side and I will fold it off camera. Because there's no sense in doing all that fun junk on camera. Okay. So you know how I loved those neon bandana prints? I am looking to try to source some of those locally. But if not, I might have to order them online. Because I had a ball working with them. Now, my handy dandy little brain lapse. Ironing board. Didn't like me a whole lot by the time I was done with that, but it'll be all right. Now, I got some pretty pink. It says it's magenta, but I thought that was gorgeous. And it's not the neon pink as I had before, but it's still beautiful. And I think it would be a gorgeous bag. And, you know, it's also an alternative because some people might not like the neon. I mean, you know, not everybody's like, boom, in your face. We know I am. My daughter-in-law is like, yeah, you're not scared of color. You're walking around looking like a, what? She didn't say. She said, you're walking around in that bright yellow dress. Because I was wearing my dress. Even though I haven't fixed the collar, I'm still wearing it. And then I was wearing my blue purpley dress that I made. The V-neck with no sleeves. She's like, yeah, Miss Lynn, you are not scared of color. I'm like, nope. And then I have never used poly cotton, so this will be an experiment. It feels okay, but I got this teal color, and it doesn't have a color on this. But it is 2 yards of that paisley bandana print. Actually, no, I don't think I see a single paisley on this thing. Let me see if I can slide it up. Now, the other one slid up perfect. Hang tight. It's not sliding, y'all. And honestly, I don't want to pull it out. But I love that. Ooh. Ooh. Look at there. Ooh. They look pretty together. Okay. Oh. I was going to make a bag out of that, and I'm looking up out of that Soya fabric quarters where it had the camping, and I was going to do one side one and one side the other. But you know what? I don't remember where I put it. I have things so organized in here, and I have most of that fabric. I already had a home, or I found a home for most of that fabric from Soya. But I don't know what I did with those fat quarters. I can't find them. And it's driving me nuts. Because I have that bluish, whatever they were. Oh, those are still available if anybody wants them. Then I have my batiks over there with the batiks. And I thought I would have put them down there with my pre-cuts. But they're not there. So I don't know what I did with them. But when I find it, I will make a bag for that. Okay. So this is the last piddly Walmart. Now, I can't even say one's closer to me than the other because they're equally almost as far away. Because one goes to the north side and one goes to the south side. Well, I am on the outskirts of the north side. I'm at the very edge of Aiken County. I'm closer to Batesburg than I am to Aiken proper. But they're about 2 or 3 minutes difference in between the two stores for my direction, because it's like a triangle. I can leave my house and go that way and go south side, or I can leave my house and go that way and go to north side. So if I had to choose, I would probably choose south side, because and it gripes my butt because every south side gets everything, because that's where the rich people live, of which I am not. If you haven't figured it out. Now, okay. Yes, I did think of you, Kim. I did. That doesn't mean that, that you ever have to feel like, oh, she bought this fabric, I should buy a bag. No. I just keep y'all in mind. If y'all express a like of something, when I'm out and about, if I see something that I think will be in that theme, I'm going to get it. You do not have to buy it, or I'm never expecting you to. But look! That Mickey Mouse. This is just fat quarters. Isn't this so cute? And it's a tossed fabric, so thankfully I can, do that any which way. Boy, the expressions this mouse has on his face. He's got an angry face and then a goofy face right there beside each other. Oh, and he's winking in that one. Oh, hold on. He's winking in that one. See, I just seen. Sorry about that. I just seen it with Mickey, so I grabbed it. How cool is that? Okay. I see you. And this, sorry, I have spent the last 2 days mowing grass. I mowed our grass, and then I went down to my son Adam and my daughter-in-law's house because, bless her sweet little heart, it took her 3 days to push mow their backyard. Now, they have 5 acres. Only 2.5 of it is cleared. The back half of it is woods. But she push mowed well over an acre, I would say. And it took her about 3 days because it's heat in the south. It's summertime. And we're about to be hitting the dreaded August. Oh, I'm not looking forward to that. Definitely not looking forward to that. Actually, by the time this films, what is today's date? I don't even know. Caffeine hasn't kicked in. But anyway, it is summer in the south, so it takes a minute. And so I told her, I said, their front yard's even bigger. And actually, it might be 3/4 of an acre that's fenced in the backyard, and then the front yard, because the front yard's at least 1.5 acres. So I told her, I was like, let me come down with my riding mower. I will do the front yard. She's like, Miss Lynn, I don't want you out there in that heat. I said, if there's one thing I allow you to do, it's to tell me to leave it alone if you're scared I'm going to get hurt, because I have paper thin skin. And we have been going to the dump because she's been cleaning things up in her yard, or their yard. And we've been going to the dump, and she's like, Miss Lynn, don't touch it. Miss Lynn, don't touch it. Miss Lynn, can you move back so I don't hurt you with this? Because it's chicken wire, it's metal, it's fencing, it's all these things. And it really gripes my booty, because normally I help with these things. But I haven't been able to since my back is still not right. My back improved while we were in the mountains on that hard mattress. So I told my husband, I said, we have got to get a new mattress, because I'm tired of waking up, barely being able to move and bend over because my back is hurting so bad. So I don't think it's anything medical. I did, since you reached out to me on email, I'm not going to say your name, but you know who you are. I did check out the Affordable Health Care Act. It's atrocious still. But thank you for giving me the heads up. Either you have a very low premium and $5,000 to $6,000 deductible, which if I'm going to do that, I'm just going to not have insurance anyway. Or you pay a higher premium for a lower deductible, but you're still paying in the end. Sorry. This is all that's grass. I don't have allergies or anything. I think it's just all that stuff that I was inhaling because I cannot wear masks. I'm very phobic. COVID was really not fun for me. I can't have anything over my face or I just hyperventilate and pass out. Have panic attacks. But anyway, so everything that I was looking at, and I was talking to an agent when looking through this, but the yearly cost is almost the same, and it's unaffordable. And I don't know how they call it an Affordable Care Act, because if you're not working, you can't afford it. And you know, we only have my husband's disability, so yeah. Yeah. So anyway, well, and my bags, but you know, that's not steady. And I am seriously thinking about reaching out to Hobby Lobby or Michael's just to have some. See, both of those are part-time, and I don't know. I mean, I might be able to get some discounted as a part-time for either one of them. I know Joanne offered that. I never took them up on it, but because they're the two full-time people, my manager and my assistant manager, said their insurance was crap, so I never did it. Anyway, so the very last fabric I got. Look, isn't that pretty? Now, this is such a bright pink. You know, Hannah, if you're watching this, I think you would like that pink. Isn't that pretty? And every time I watch Hannah at the Cozy Crochet Cottage, I see her pull my bag up, and I'm like, oh, that bag is so pretty, because I made her the neon pink drawstring project bag, and it just fits her to a T. So I wasn't thinking of her when I bought this. I was honestly thinking about me. I'm not gonna lie, because I loved it. I mean, look, it even matches my nails to a certain degree. Well, oops, one of those matches my nails. It might even be the leaves. The leaves actually match my nails better. Bright colors, y'all. I don't care whether it's yarn, fabric. It just makes my brain go, yeehaw! Yeah, I said that. I did. Well, that is it as far as everything I finished, everything I bought, and what I've been up to. Now, if you stayed this long, thank you. I appreciate you. But I'm going to talk for a bit. A little update. And I'm not gonna cry. Skittles is holding steady. She is eating some tuna. If she eats too much, and by too much, I mean, I give her about a tablespoon of tuna in her bowl, and she'll eat that. But she's so hungry, and this is what breaks my heart. She's so hungry, she wolfs it down, but then she pukes it up. So I've started giving her only a tablespoon at a time. The other day, I made the mistake of feeding her every time she asked for it, because she had not been throwing it up, because I had only been giving her small amounts. Well, I fed her throughout the day. Every time she asked me, I gave her some tuna, because I told y'all, if my cat will only eat tuna, I will I will feed her till the cows come home to give her food, to give her the tuna. So I gave it to her in small increments throughout the day. And then later that evening, she got sick. And I'm not trying to do TMI. I'm not trying to gross you out. But on my kitchen floor, there's a trail. She had thrown up multiple times. It was all that she had eaten through the day. So that meant none of it got digested. And I'm thinking, okay. All right. Now, I have tried some protein powder. Thank you for that tidbit, by the way. And I do believe it helps if she keeps it down, because I mix it in with the tuna. Pedialyte, also a great benefit. But she still goes down on her back end. And I don't know whether this makes me a horrible owner, or probably, because I've not called the vet. I know what the vet's going to say. And it's not the vet's fault. But I'm not quite ready to go down that road to let her go. And I know that's very stupid selfish. It is. It's very selfish of me. So if I have to make that decision, I'm going to hate it. Honestly, I was hoping she would take that decision out of my hand, like Rascal and Oreo did. But I don't think she's going to. She is stubborn like me. Lord, that cat is stubborn. But anyway, so not bad news, not good news. It's a holding steady news. So I do appreciate y'all and all your thoughts and prayers and good energies. And, you know, I really appreciate it, because if you don't have a fur baby, you still are sympathizing and praying, and I appreciate that. But if you do, and they're part of your family, you know, they're just such unconditional love from an animal. It's unparalleled. In fact, I finally talked my husband into looking at mattresses with me, and we're looking at memory foam or gel memory foam, but we were looking at on his computer, and a friend of my son's, a friend of Austin's, had given him a gaming chair. So he brought it here, and he's like, here, you know, if y'all can use it, great. I don't need it, but, you know, here. And I was going to bring it in here until I sat in it. Now, this little chair right here, with my little inevitable cushion, does me better than that big old gaming chair. Because that big old gaming chair, while it's nice and it's supposed to be a high-end gaming chair, it's like sitting on this right here. Right here. So I put a cushion in it. And the cushion did improve it. But the back is still just this hard. And I was like, wow. I bet you Alex was mad when he got that thing home. Or if he ordered it online when it got to him, because it is hard as a rock. But anyway, while we were in there, Skittles got off her little couch and she wobbled over to me. It took her a little while because, you know, like I said, her back legs are giving out. And I didn't go help her because I don't want to baby her to the point to where she can't walk at all. I know that's kind of hard. Yeah, that probably sounds like such a hard case, but I'm not a hard case. I'm actually a big softie. But anyway, So she walks over, and I look down at her, and she, meow. I was like, oh. So I picked her up, put her on my lap. Now, I have to change my clothes after she lays on me because she's not able to clean herself properly. And even though I try to keep her clean, it's not always super clean. So, you know, she doesn't, she's a cat. She's not going to let me clean her butt or her TT or whatever. So, I did have to go change after we had a long cuddle session though. And I didn't end up doing anything else the rest of the night except editing on my laptop. But that's what I was talking about, the unconditional love, because she just had herself a ball laying on me, and while I was looking at my husband's computer, she was just like, yeah, baby, I know. She was enjoying it just as much as I was, so. And sadly, I'm not ready to let that go. I'm not. But I am hoping that she takes that decision out of my hand. I don't know if I'll be able to record a video if I have to do it. So if you do see a gap in videos, that might be the reason. Anyway, I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch, because I really did think when we were going on vacation that I would come back to heartbreak. But nope, like I said, she's stubborn, just like me. Anyway, I'm going to get off here because now that I actually have filmed these fabrics, I can play with them. And then I've got some of Brandy's stuff. Now, I don't think Brandy will have a problem with me showing y'all these things. I will reach out to her just to make sure. But I don't think she's going to have a problem with it. Because there's extra of those fabrics, and she wants me to keep them and make things and have fun with them and sell them and do whatever I want to do with them. So I will periodically be doing that. But I do want to show y'all because, you know, y'all have asked. So I will check in with her and make sure that that's fine. Y'all mentioned that the other day, and I haven't reached out to her yet. She gave me her cell number to text her, so I just need to do that and ask her. Because I don't want to interrupt her when she's driving. I haven't done it yet. So, anyway, I'm going to get off here, and I'm going to go have fun. And I want y'all to do the same thing. Do something that you enjoy, that you have fun doing, that sparks some kind of little bit of joy, and just enjoy it. Because I'm going to. Even if it was nothing more than making some more of these, which I do like, by the way. I loved doing this. But I have to be careful. I love doing them, but if I do too many, I don't have room for them. So if y'all want some, let me know so I can make some, and then they can go away. I'm going to get off here. Thank y'all for spending some time with me today. I enjoyed it. I just hope you did too. I hope you enjoyed seeing the makes, the finished makes. All this beautiful, yummy looking fabric. It's not bougie. It's not quilt store fabric. But I wanted to see a comparison of how much these big box stores are upping their game, or they are expanding their selections for us Joann shoppers that have basically just been bereft because, you know, we lost our home shopping store or our home craft store. Now, and if Joann wasn't your home craft store, that's okay, sugar. That is just fine. you knew about these treasures before I did them. I mean, I've used, like I said, I've used them before. It's just not to the extent that I'm going to try them now. So, I'm getting out of here. I know I said that probably 5 minutes ago, but I am now. Have you a great afternoon, evening, morning, whenever you get to watch this video. Have a great one. I'll see you in the next one. And thank you. I appreciate you. Bye.